I'm a character actor who usually is, number 9 on the call sheet. To be number 1 and 1A is just a challenge in terms of endurance.
All right, so you spent last season establishing two very distinct Howards. What can you tell us about their journeys going into this next season?
They continue. The intrigue continues, and when we meet both Howards at the beginning of season 2, they are displaced in each other's world. One is in an even worse spot than the other. I'm so paranoid about spoilers. I don't want to. But they're at the beginning of the season, they're very much separated from each other.
And what can you tell us about Howard Prime's relationship with Claire and Quayle, kind of being like the keeper of this huge secret?
Howard Prime, which is the script designation, but for audiences, I call him the tough guy Howard, the tough guy version. Yeah, has a very complicated relationship with Quayle and ultimately with Claire, played brilliantly by Nazanin and Harry, and it continues to evolve and kind of, particularly with Quayle, sort of waffle back and forth in a bit of a power struggle, and it's really not entirely clear who is in charge or who should be in charge, and that's part of what makes it interesting storytelling.
And Howard Alpha is stuck on the other side. Do you think that he's learned enough from Prime to be able to handle the isolation? Is he going to make any allies?
The kinder, gentler Howard, as I call him, is not in a good place and not in good shape at the beginning of season 2, and he is not as well equipped as his counterpart to handle it. But part of the journey of the whole first 2 seasons so far, and hopefully, as we continue to go forward, is him being adaptable enough to sort of incorporate aspects of his counterpart and use that to his benefit. So we'll see if that develops.
So getting the opportunity to play 2 distinct characters, is there one that you're more personally drawn to over the other?
Actually, when I first read the first episode, which was all I had to go on at the beginning, I didn't know that it was 2 characters. So I was initially very drawn to the kinder, gentler Howard that we first meet. And then 20 pages in, when I saw the bombshell that there are 2 versions of this guy, I still sort of viewed the first Howard as the protagonist of the piece, and that was the perspective that I viewed everything from. As we started shooting, of course, when you're playing the scene, you're playing whatever perspective the character is that you're playing in the moment. I still view that Howard as the protagonist, but that doesn't mean the other Howard's the bad guy either. It's a really interesting dynamic as an actor, and I know for Justin as a storyteller.
And as an actor, what would you say is the best and then most difficult thing about doing a dual role performance?
Well, the best thing about playing these 2 parts is the challenge and the opportunity to. I have a bit of a short attention span, so playing the same character in episode after episode after episode has the potential to get a little tedious. Especially in a more of a traditional network like a procedural or a sitcom or those kinds of things. Fortunately, a show like this, even if I was only playing 1 character, it's not a show that has to repeat itself week after week. So it really does tell a long, intricate story. But to be able to go back and forth with these 2 vastly different perspectives on the story is really a gift as an actor. It's also a lot of work, and I'm putting in a lot more hours than I'm used to because I'm a character actor who usually is number 9 on the call sheet, and I come in and I do my thing. But to be number 1 and 1A on the call sheet is a challenge in terms of just endurance.
And what do you think is the most exciting thing about the next season? That's like a little bit of a teaser for the fans.
For me, it's a tie. What's most exciting about season 2? This is both from my perspective as an actor and as an audience, is the way we see the characters that we've come to know, Olivia Williams and Harry Lloyd and Nazanin and Nicholas and Sarah, and all the wonderful actors and characters that we've come to know. Some of whom might have counterparts as well. So that's half of it. The other half is the great new actors that we were welcoming to the show: Betty Gabriel, James Cromwell, Christiana Paul, and the list goes on. The new characters that we're adding and the new levels of intrigue. It's really an exciting season.